YouTube, what the crap's going on? The big day is here, folks. Finally, I can show you some campaign gameplay from Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires. I'm not allowed to show off the Champions of Chaos DLC, so I can't show you anything there, but I can show you any faction that was in Warhammer 1, 2, or base stuff from Warhammer 3. So I decided today that one of the first things I wanted to show you was, let's take a look at some of the Chaos rework that's been done and play some Chaos campaign and see how it goes. Now, I want to announce to everybody, because hopefully there's a lot of people viewing this, and I can get this announcement out far and wide to all the people who are looking at my channel, and let you know that I'm going to be doing campaigns quite differently. I'm no longer going to do the, episode 1 to 40, or 60, 80, whatever it is, right? I'm going to be really focused with campaigns. We're going to go in with a purpose. We're going to play them. We're going to have fun for, whatever seems relevant. A week or so, and I'll try and put some episodes out, and then we're going to move on to something else and really rotate through. There's 86, 87, I forget the exact number, legendary lords in this game. It will take way too long, and plus, no one watches a campaign all the way to the end. Now, not every campaign I play will just be at the very beginning, and I will play some starting in the middle somewhere, some towards the end. But let me explain this one real quick and what I've got set up. There's a lot of new options and things you all should be aware of when you're going into Immortal Empires. As far as settings go, I have it on very hard campaign difficulty. I put the battle difficulty on normal because I like balanced battles. So that's where I put it most of the time. I cranked up the in-game difficulty to 200. I pulled that in a lot closer between turn 30 and 55. There's an early warning timer. I have on all of the potential in-game scenarios here, potentially on, and it's going to be really difficult. They're going to throw a lot at me. Now let's take a look at the map here. Kholek is going to start here on the map. So it's a start I haven't played before, obviously, because I haven't showed you all anything on this map. I have played several factions so far, and I'll show you maybe some bits and pieces of those. Fortunately, I can make as many videos as I want. We'll see how much time allows, but I'll do my best. Anyway, let's get things started. Hopefully that gives you all a good overview of what we're playing for this campaign. Short and sweet. All right, so the Immortal Empires beta is here. They give you a bunch of information about it. I'm not going to go through covering all that. So we start here with dragons. Well, I think these are... Take a look at our diplomacy. We do not have any vassals. We are at war with the Flesh Greeters, which is right there to our south. So yeah, that is kind of the current state of our start position here. So we don't even start with a settlement, it doesn't look like, yeah. So we're gonna have to go gather up our first settlement. There is an ogre army right in front of me. Let's go ahead and put this hero into our army. That hero I just threw in there is Chant, the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire. But we're gonna have a little fun with this. This is gonna be Patchy. The ogre, or dragon ogre. Source. Let's just call it Patchy the Chaos Sorcerer, because nothing else is going to fit Sorcerer, or however you fill that. I probably misspelled it. If I did, you all can tell me. Spelling's not my thing. Anyway, so let's jump in here. Let's go crush some ogres with Kholek. Kholek ought to be well suited smashing ogres. I'll let you all see this first battle, though I may auto-resolve a few just to get us a little further in. Alright, Kholek's starting army is awesome. He's got some marauders and trolls, some warhounds with poison, but he also has two of his baby cousin dragon ogres that we're going to be bringing with us here as well. So this ought to be a ogre beatdown by the dragon ogres. So we'll see who's really the best ogre. Standard type or dragon ogre variety, and I'm gonna go with dragon ogres here. I don't think that the standard ogres are gonna stand much of a chance. Let's pop a fireball out here while we're at it. Be off that way. It's probably gonna hit my own trolls. Let's move out of the way. Ooh, yeah, that was close. All right, so I'm just gonna plow on ahead with Kholek. Drop the fireball on those ogre bulls. Let's go help pound that one. Alright, so Kholek has begun, and he already has a kill against these ogre bulls. He already KO'd one of them. So he is definitely packing a wallop. Let's see the god of the mountain here. taking on the Ogre Bulls. Yeah, he's got 3 kills already. Or maybe some of those were Noblars, though, too. Now they were up close to the fight. Yeah, it looked like 1 Ogre Bull, and then the rest he killed was Nobblers. Let's check out this Tyrant here who's fighting him. But obviously we're going to just clock this initial army. That's the way CA has it set up, to give you kind of an easy victory for your first fight. Let's get some units moving up here. This ain't right. Looks right to me. Wow, that was weird. Kholek just got like bounced back into position. So he's going to be using Star Crusher, even though we don't technically have it yet. It's actually modeled there in the game, so I guess I'm still going to call it that. Can't believe that Ogre Tyrant's still hanging on, to be honest. Some good damage back. Tyrants, though, are pretty tough. They're strong units. Not going to be as good as a Dragon Ogre with extra Ogres and Trolls. So there we go. Kholek's going to take home the first victory. Pretty easy. Okay, back out on the battle screen. Let's see what some of our options are. We can replen. We can get extra souls. Now, souls is a new currency for Chaos factions that you can use to purchase gifts. It's pretty neat. Let you all see it as we go along. I'm just going to take the souls and the money. It's not much. I guess replen could have been appropriate too, but I'm not super worried about it. We did pick up the Summoners of Rage, so that's going to get kind of funny, kind of quick. Because now we can get even more Dragon Ogres into our army. Let's go ahead and smack down this first Ogre settlement. I think this is one that's only worthy of auto-resolve. We got a Talisman of Preservation there. That's pretty nice. We can occupy and vassalize. Let's do that. So we occupied it, and then that effectively vassalized the Dolgans here, that Norscan tribe. So they'll be our vassal. They'll have to pay tribute to us. We can work with them militarily, should we choose to. I'm going to start with the growth and the extra favor. And then let's get in here and grab... Oh, I don't have enough cash to get the Summoners of Rage. So let's hold on to the rest of our money so that we can get them in our army and get even more ridiculous. Now, this icon you see here, this is a Dark Fortress site, which means that if you take this site, you can build it up larger. Most things that you take, you can only put like an outpost in. But those Dark Fortresses, you can build a full-on settlement in those. And then I think when you take control of it, it vassalizes whatever Norscan factions around. So they're here. Let's go ahead and start up a trade agreement. I don't know what we're going to be trading. But might as well. Let's go ahead and let's try and balance the offers, and they got to pay me. All right, there we go. Propose that. Did that give me enough to get the Summoners of Rage, by the way? Hopefully, maybe, kind of, sort of. Yeah, I think it did. Let's get in here. Summoners of Rage it is. Let's look at the... We don't have any gifted units, or we wouldn't have the money for them. As far as recruitment, though, let me show this off. You get Warband Recruitment here, which is like a percentage chance that these drops, and you can pick up Warband-type units. You can also come over here to gifted units, and if you get gifts from the different Chaos Gods for doing their bidding, you can pick those up there, which is pretty nice. Shows you how many you have and what it's going to cost you to recruit them. And then you can also do your Regiments of Renown here, which is going to be a lot of fun, too. And then you have your Gifts of Chaos over here. So we've got these different gifts that are available. You can see the Tzeentch, Slaanesh, Nurgle, and Cornhead all here. We can select a gifts, some gifts already. So let's take a look at what we got. These gifts look like they are just undivided gifts. And you can see these two would be Tzeentchy gifts, Khorne, Slaanesh, so on. And then there's 4 undivided slots potentially that we can work with. It costs amount of souls, so you got to use souls per turn. It's like an upkeep thing in order to get these, but Shatterstone is a pretty cool ability. And then it says units will be instantly gifted to your pool every 3 turns. So Furies, that could be handy. Otherwise, this one gives extra 8 attack for Marauder units, but I don't know. Yeah, that one is... That one is open, number of souls required to activate it, and then it's 50 upkeep. Let's take a look at the others. So that's pretty much, I think Shatterstone would be a good one, but we only have 1,675 souls, so we may not go too crazy. We're not really going to need a lot of defensive supplies. Let's go ahead and throw a gift in, though. Maybe getting access to Furies would probably be a good thing. Let's go ahead and add that to the slot. And we'll just do the 1 gift for now, and then we can add in more as we go. Go here and take care of the skill points for Kholek. I'm going to start off with Route Marchers, and then I'm going to look See which of these seems like it's the best here. Income from raiding, recruitment, donation, attrition suffered by the defender, plus 5% when laying siege. Now that could be pretty handy, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and get to Lightning Strike. I always love having Lightning Strike unlocked relatively quick. With our Fire Sorcerer, I'm going to go ahead and start off with Scouting. I like having the extra chance of picking up magic equipment, which can be very handy. We're going to get to put a commandment here because the other ones are controlled by our vassal. And we get options, like this one reduces the campaign movement range for an enemy in the territory. This one you lose control, but you gain Warband Recruitment. Get another one here to help reduce Plague. Then one up here in the top that just spreads extra corruption. So let's do the one to start spreading some extra corruption. Let's head in here to our research and see what it is we can start with. So we don't start off with this stuff here because that is more monogod specific. We start off here in the middle. And looks like this is what we're going to start with here, which is going to be some extra experience gain for Marauders. So, let's end our turn. And I'll show you all some more of the new features here. I also think this would be good for you all to see a turn in. How long does it take? Some of you might be curious what computer I'm using. So I have a very high-end computer. I'm running an AMD 5950X processor, so it's 16 cores. I've got a 6900 XT graphics card. So I'm running a very high-end machine. I don't know how much those particular parts impact turn-ins. Anybody who's wondering, I'm running on high graphics settings. Whenever I run on Ultra, it doesn't look a whole lot different, but it sure eats up a whole lot more frames. This is at 1440p resolution, again, just for anybody who's wondering to get an idea for themselves. So if we take a look at what else is around us, the Valerie here has an enemy settlement that we'll probably want to go ahead and take care of. So let's start moving that direction. I can't reach it all in a single turn. And I have a little bit more replenishment to do, but replenishment be dang, we're just going to go for it. We're making decent favor per turn, though, now that we have gone ahead and built that building. Let's end another turn here and make a run for the Valerie. And then I'll go ahead and explain the last couple of things that you all need to see from the Chaos rework. I've played some Chaos. I can't discuss any details of it because I played as Valkia, which is something that we're not allowed to show yet. So I'm not going to talk through all the details of it too. But just in regards to what I can talk about, I did like, so far, the changes. I'm having fun with it. Obviously, I can't go through like a review or anything like that yet either, so I will refrain from that. But it has been enjoyable so far. The changes have been nice. I felt like Chaos Campaign was extremely bland in the past, except for when we made like the cinematic one with Archaeum, but that was just because we made our own story. We had to do something like that to make it fun, because the mechanics of it were quite boring. It was just go try and wipe the map, and you tear down settlements, and of course the AI just comes and resettles them all near immediately, and it gets pretty frustrating. Looks like the ogres have a decent force here. Let's go ahead and go kick their butt in person. Let you all see some of that on the map. But yeah, anyway, I'll wait till we get to the battle map, and then I'll keep discussing this. All right, we're gonna get the battle started. Go start beating some ogres. They need a good solid beating. I'm gonna push this group up, and then I'll probably try and shoot some fireballs. I should be able to cut through pretty easily. I mean, Nobblers are gonna be terrible against my Dragon Ogres. The only thing that's gonna suck here is all these towers are gonna have some pretty big targets. And I don't have any flying units, which another good reason for me to be going after those Furies. Furies would be very useful in a settlement battle like this, in terms of being able to get in here and start attacking towers for me. Now, I did deploy some of these hounds back here to do some capture work for me. I'm going to split them at 2 different capture points. Bring this one that way. There we go. All right, so everything's all pathed out. We've already clobbered our way through the Ogre Bulls over here. I can't say I'm shocked. What actually would be pretty helpful for the ogres here is to have a whole bunch of Nobbler trappers just to be throwing all those daggers at us. I'm going to move up the next level and challenge those guys. Let's see. On this flank, not really seeing a whole lot I'm worried about either. I did not bring the anti-large to this flank, but I think we'll be okay. Got my Sorcerer over here to help lift up the leadership levels. Summoners of Rage are building up. They have to be in melee in order to build up their ability, which is to call in a Chain Lightning Storm. Make sure my hounds are not getting themselves killed. All right, one of them's on a capture point already, so that's good news. Let's come in here with our Marauders and our Chaos Sorcerer. Boy, look how cool these units are. I like the color pattern on this. Awesome looking stuff in Game 3. They've done such a nice job with the unit models. Most all of the map visuals are looking really nice. I've seen a couple with a few little weird quirks that have been a little irritating, but outside of that, I mean, it's been pretty good. So yeah, anyway, the Chaos rework that I was discussing before we came in here, again, I can't give a review of anything, but just so far, it's been, to me, quite a lot more fun than I had in the other one. So at this point in time, I'm having fun with it. I like the changes. Favor is kind of a cool resource that you get to track and make use of, get neat gifts out of it. I like being able to upgrade warbands. I think that's a very fun mechanic that's been added to the game, and very glad to have that one. Gives you an opportunity to, even when you're still recruiting low-tier units later into the game, there's still a point in it, because essentially you can just upgrade those units and eventually turn them in, and it's based off of, you know, money and unit experience and technology. So as you research better tech, more of them will open, and then if you have the money and the experience on the unit, you can go ahead and you know, level that unit up and turn it into something better, which again, I like it because I love it whenever the game can do something to make units more useful late into the game. Units that would have typically only been played in like the first 5 turns, and then everybody just abandons them. So I think it's nice whenever you have a reason to use all units. Now you can go and recruit the more elite stuff. Nothing stops you once you build the buildings for it. But you also can level units up, and I think it makes it fun. I mean, Warhammer is all about, like, you know, customization and that type of stuff. Like, I think it's one of the things that brings people to tabletop. It's what brings them into this game, is being able to build their own thing, do things the way they want, not be told how to do everything. Well, that Ogre Tyrant is putting up quite a nice fight against Kholek. Better than I would like. I'm telling my other units to attack him, but they were busy elsewhere. There they go. Now he's getting hit by multiple attacks. Got Dragon Ogres behind him, but he put a pretty solid beating into Kholek. More so than I would have expected. But there he goes. So the Tyrant's out. That'll probably cause a chain rout at this point. Oh, my hounds. My hounds! There. You mismicroed your hounds. Yeah, that seems like something I would do. Oh well, just some more hounds won't be the end of the world. I'm honestly not quite certain why we haven't had army losses yet, but I'm going to go ahead and just see you all back on the campaign map. There's really not much else to see here. Army losses should happen at any moment, and don't want to waste your time. Awesome. All right, so we gained a victory, and we get different options here. So we can gift it to our vassal, and they can take care of it. We can raise it and get a whole bunch of souls, you know, that we can use for gifts. We can subjugate them, which means we'll become the master of that faction. And then they'll, you know, we'll get souls and other stuff from it too. That also gives us some replenishment. We can sack it. We can occupy it. So we get all these different options here. Now the Valerie is probably not terribly valuable to me. I don't know what happens when we subjugate the faction, but I'm gonna go ahead and try that one because we get some souls from it. Just see how that works. So we're gonna subjugate this ogre faction. If we take a look here, we got the Eye of the Gods. So Chaos Gifts is 1. So it just helping you keep an eye here. It says the higher the number of active gifts of chaos you have, the more the Eye of the Gods is drawn to your faction. Once the meter is full, a dilemma will offer you powerful rewards. So the Eye of the Gods is a pretty cool feature here. We did get our tech finished. Let's see what we get next. This one allows us to unlock Forsaken Warband upgrades. That one gives us Allegiant points and improves diplomatic relations with some. Unlocks the Warband upgrades of Chosen. That would be nice because Chosen are really good. And then this one unlocks Warband upgrades, Chaos Chariots, and Hellstriders. Hellstriders would be pretty sweet. Chosen, Forsaken. Forsaken would certainly be handy. Let's go take a look at our Warband upgrade path just to remind ourselves. So if you pick your unit and then hit Warband upgrade, it shows you what is available. We don't have enough unit rank. And then see, like this one, you also have to do the tech, but these ones you just need rank 5. Right, so I can upgrade my warriors here. I could upgrade them to Marauders with great weapons right now if I want to. I just have to pay favor to do it, and I'll just show you that just to demonstrate how this works. Because honestly, the warriors with, or the warband with great weapons is not a big deal. You see these warband upgrades here. If you pick these different chaos factions, there's different marks and stuff that's available to us. So that'd be pretty neat stuff for us to be able to get a hold of in the warband upgrades. So yeah, pretty. It's not available, obviously, with the stuff that we have. So it has to be something that's available. But pretty. I love the idea here, and then this of course shows you where your authority's at. So your authority is negative. Units with this alignment will be harder to recruit and maintain. So the more authority you get, the easier it gets to use those units, and the more it would make sense to do so. So it's something that you can keep track of and try and play as we go along. I'm going to go ahead and open up another Chaos gift here. And I'm going to go ahead and get the Shatterstone in case we come up against a walled settlement. It'll be a little simpler for us. The Valerie is now under the control... we did subjugate, right? Yeah, we subjugated it. So now they're our vassal. And again, they have to pay tribute to us. We're going to replenish when we're in their territory. Ooh, look, there's another Dark Fortress site over here that's owned by Cathay. That is definitely going to be our next target. I'm going to go ahead and push forward here. And I'm going to take a look at the regiments for now. Nothing available there. Gifted units. A Hell Cannon? Yes, we will. And some Furies. So I'm going to recruit those. Then let's take a look at Warband Recruitment. It looks like we do have some units here too. I can get another couple of Marauder Warbands. So that ought to do for now in terms of troops. Let's go ahead and continue our upgrade path. I was working towards a Lightning Strike, and we're going to start here with Ruination, which makes it harder for enemy settlements to hold out against us. Our Sorcerer has leveled up once again. I started off with Scouting, which is good. We'll go ahead and do the upgraded Fireball now. We want to get to Kindle Flame. We can start to maximize the damage of our Lore of Fire caster. And then we need to pick one of these. Chosen is a ways down the line. Forsaken is a little closer, so that one makes a little more sense. And then so does the Hellstriders potentially here. And that's probably an upgrade, I'm assuming, for like Marauder Horsemen. So let's go ahead and try that one. That would be a nice upgrade to get to. I have skipped ahead several turns. We've walked from the Valerie all along the road here down to the Fortress of Eyes, and it's a dark fortress, like I had mentioned, a dark fortress site. And look at this, Lothar is trying to usurp me here, and we're not having any of that. Lothar is about to pay a big price. So I'm going to drop in. He is going to take off running like the coward that he is. And I'm going to go ahead and go crush his skull real quick just to make sure he understands who's in charge around these parts. So I'm going to go ahead and just auto-resolve this one because Lothar is not really what we came here to see. He's kind of a side course rather than the main course. And then we're going to go get our Dark Fortress over there. I'm going to go ahead and take the replenishment. I can start getting some here. And then I don't think... Yeah, I can go into a raiding stance, though. At least we'll make a little bit of money. Anyway, I'm going to skip another couple turns, get my troops ready to fight the battle against Cathay and the Fortress of Eyes, and I'll see you there. Alright, Kholek's forces have arrived at the Fortress of Eyes, and we're going to be attacking the Cathayan defenders. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my Sorcerer. Be my Fire Sorcerer. You can see I've got a Hell Cannon pouring in fire here, and speaking of Fire Sorcerer, I don't know if it's going to do... Well, yeah, these are peasants. That'll do okay. So I'm going to burn up some of those peasants there. These Jade Warriors, though, present a little bit more difficult target, but I got some Trolls here. I have some nice AP value. I got my Furies. Let's move them up. They're building a tower, so I'm going to be ready to take that tower down. Kholek's being shot. I've got more Marauders coming up this way. I'm going to bring up some units from the back to begin some captures on these different points. Just really try and wreak havoc here against Cathay. Alright, so Kholek's up. I'm going to bypass that fight and go kill those peasant archers and leave my Trolls and Marauders to clean that one up. It looks like we've already pounded our way through a unit of Jade Warriors. This is good. Our Marauders are going to be picking up some experience here so that we can upgrade them. So that is desirable. I'm going to go ahead and start moving my Hell Cannon this way. We can have him in a better position. Where's our Summoner Age? Are not in the vicinity, but they are headed to capture points. So I've got multiple capture points in my sights. Plus the one that I'm now standing in, albeit just barely. As soon as that tower comes up, I'm going to let them have it. Check the Put another burning head off this way. Won't do a ton to those Jade Warriors. They got a little too much armor for this to be crazy effective, but make it work. I'm gonna bring one Fury over here. Get those peasant archers. Ooh, it bounced back. So the head didn't want to go up through their building. It's bouncing around now. It looks like it's going to go through some more of their troops over here. Ooh, now into some of mine. Yikes. Okay, I took a little damage from it. Hey, but that's a crazy burning head. We'll take it. All right, Furies. Feast on those peasant archers if you don't mind. This group of Furies, let's get that tower. These Jade Warriors are going to be a little bit tough to crack since we don't have any AP. I'm going to pull these trolls over here to help with that. Help crack out those Jade Warriors. So our Marauders, those are not an upgraded version there. So let's see. Alright, my Dragon Ogre's made the capture. The enemy Lord is looking pretty vulnerable. Gonna take care of that. I've got a couple of capture points coming my way, multiple capture points coming my way. I can see a tower coming up back here, so I'm gonna go ahead and sling some support back that way from the Furies. And this building is almost down. My Sorcerer is in some pretty big doo here. Let's burn these peasant spears out of the way so I can get out of there alive. They've got me pinned down. That ought to buy me an exit. My Hell Cannon showed up. I was worried I was gonna end up, so we managed to save our Lord. Over here we're doing better because I've got better tools for this job. I love the burning head just like bouncing around in all directions. It's quite beautiful. Alright, that tower is down. See another archer target up here. The enemy Lord is just fleeing for his life. And understandably so. I'm going to let the summoners continue to follow him. I'm going to pull these other two units back. It's a dragon-blooded Shugengen, so they're using some magic on me there. The summoners of rage are going to have their way with that dragon-blooded Shugengen. That's not going to be a serious threat to me. I'm going to attack another tower into those peasant archers. Now onto that capture point. Go get these archers that are coming back from routing. Oh yeah, we are in great shape. Great shape. Hell Cannon's in place. These Jade Warriors are dying now because my trolls are slapping through their armor with their giant clubs. So going clubbing in Cathay here. Looking very nice indeed. Some nice troll kick action in there. Armor piercing kicks, I might add. Alright, so that's going to be it. And we've captured ourselves another Dark Fortress. Alright, so let's take a look at our prize here. We're going to occupy it because it's a Dark Fortress site. So now we've got ourselves a second Dark Fortress, which is going to lend us some very nice benefits here. There you go, there's a first look at some reworked Chaos gameplay. We haven't gotten to everything yet. The Eye of the Gods is on us because we're using those gifts. We've got some Dark Fortresses, so I'm going to do another gameplay on this soon. And we'll see what happens when this Eye of the God fills up, and I'll further show you a little bit of a look in here. And then, of course, if we continue this campaign, I have the end game set fairly early. And, of course, I can always skip some turns to get us there, too. So I think we'll do a little bit of a focus campaign with this one, somewhere between like 3 and 5 episodes, to take care of some key stuff, like to see what the end game looks like, and just, you know, take an opportunity to build up and upgrade some troops. So, like, for instance, I think I showed you all this earlier, how you can do this. Like, for instance, I can upgrade some of these Marauders to Marauder Great Weapons, which I might as well. I think they're just better, especially if we're going to be fighting against Cathay over here. Just to show you all how that works. They need more rank in order to get up to the next one. They need to be rank 5. So it gives you another good reason not to just kill off your chaff units either, because they can be very handy on down the line. I can start unlocking Lightning Strike now, so that's good. We've been working towards that during this episode. I can go ahead and get Flaming Sword of Ruin here too, and now that we have Kindle Flame, we'll be causing quite a lot of extra damage anytime we cast a spell. We get that effect. And we'll go ahead and set up our next research here as well. This one unlocks Warband upgrades to Chaos Knights and enables magical attacks for Knights. Now that would be very handy. So let's get into profane weaponry. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed your first look at Immortal Empires. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you soon with some more.